Hello, everyone. Hello, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Well, this is part two. So you all saw maybe you did. Let me rewind. So we have an event. My wife and I have an event coming up. And I've been trying to piece together my attire for the event. So I knew that I had a custom tux, and I think every man needs to have a tux in his closet. So I have my tux. I wear a lot of suits, and you can have something in your closet, men. Maybe you think it's old, but you only need certain colors. And I've always said this before: with these suits, you need a blue, you need a black, you need a gray. Some people will take it the next step and get like a brown or a tan. But I always say you need a tux in your closet because you never know when an event's going to come up and you're going to need a tux. So why go out and rent a tux? So I have a place that I go and I can buy a tux for myself, and that I've done. So then for this event that's forthcoming, it was a matter of how I was going to accentuate this tux. Because normally tux will come with the cummerbund, you wear the cummerbund around your waist. And, there you have it. So I wanted to do something a little different. And that, in fact, I've done. So you've seen, or maybe you haven't, but if you haven't, you can definitely look at it, which was a review that I did on the shirt. You'll have to listen to the video to hear the story on that one, where I was given the privilege and the access to having a custom built shirt just for me, a very special shirt. So I looked for shoes at that point to kind of pull it together, and I wanted something special. I'll tell you that. So there were some on Amazon that were kind of that patent leather feel. Like my colors are like black and red. And so they had this glossy shoe with a black and a red design in them, lace up shoe, pointed toe, nice square pointed toe, kind of raised toe a little bit. Nice shoe. But it wasn't the shoe. So I began to continue to look, and I narrowed it down. And I went completely out of my comfort zone. And I was on eBay shopping. I saw several shoes that I would really like to have. And some of them were outside of that price range. And we really shouldn't have a price range, especially something like a shoe, because you get what you buy. I mean, if you spend less, then you'll get a lesser quality shoe or item. And I kind of think that was the feel that I had from the first shoe that I ordered. But it would have been acceptable. I would have worn it. But I looked on eBay, I looked on Google, and I looked at a couple shoes. One was in excess of 400. Design shoe, custom design shoe. And we're not talking about a shoe that you buy off the shelf or off the rack in the store. We're talking custom shoes. And like if you look on Google, or if you're on any of the social media sites, you'll always see some type of advertisement for an item. Shoe, shirt, suits, ties, always something. And so then you wonder whether, okay, will I really get what I'm paying for? If I order this item, will it be the item that I ordered? And so I protect myself a lot of times, and I will use PayPal. I will use a vendor, a e-commerce vendor, to be able to pay for that item and protect myself just in case things don't go quite right. So I found an item on eBay, and I've shopped on eBay before. I'm okay with it. It's not my go-to. It is not my niche ordering site. I'll tell you that. Let me turn this up a little bit so you get more light on me. But I found a pair of shoes, and I pulled the trigger. Now, descriptively, they were a handmade leather shoe with a lot of detail. Now, the first thing is handmade shoe. Shoes nowadays are not handmade. Well, they are handmade, but that's an old craft. That's an old craft. I'm a West Tennessee guy, and we had shoe stores, shoe shops down south that you could go in and have a pair of boots made, or out west in Colorado, the Wyomings. That's an old craft, being able to have a shoe made for you. So when I saw this handmade shoe, I was kind of questionable, but I protected myself by ordering it. Now, I did not know the origin. I looked up the seller, and the seller had an address, a business address within the intercontinental United States. So I'm like, okay, so I feel comfortable with that. So I pulled the trigger, and I'm watching. And one thing, though, was assuringly that was good was that the shipping was through FedEx. I've worked for FedEx before, and then I said to myself, if FedEx has a hand in it, then hey, that product's going to get here. So when they finally released a shipping address for me, a tracking information for me, the location of the origin of the shoe, where it was when it began its journey to get to my residence, was in Istanbul. We're talking over Pakistan, near Pakistan. That's where the origin was. I'm like, whoa, that's not what I saw. And I began to track it. Now, today, as I'm shooting this video, is Tuesday. I began to see tracking information last week. And on Sunday, 2 days ago, this particular item was in Saudi Arabia. Okay? So it's making its way from Afghanistan, now in Saudi. The next continent over from that is Africa, and then from Africa, the U.S. A lot of water, then the U.S. But it's FedEx. So now, that kind of gives you a feel of where I'm at. So today, Tuesday morning, I get an alert by email that my package was out for delivery today, and that I would have it between 11 and 4. Now, right now, it's 6 o'clock. The package arrived somewhere prior to 5 o'clock, sometime shortly after 4. So everything was as it was supposed to be, and I assure you I'll be sure to go back to eBay and find that seller and find my order and give kudos to that seller, because it always doesn't happen like that. So now, drum roll, the shoe. It came packaged in a nice wrapping from FedEx, secured wrapping, so that nothing will come out, wouldn't lose anything. It was secured, even going through its travels. And now we have the shoe. As you can see, it says Global Leather Handmade, handcrafted. Okay. I'll take the lid off. It was taped both sides. We'll pop it up, and voila. This is how the shoe was presented to me. Okay. It looks like each shoe is in its own wrapper. You got the packing inside of it, but each shoe is in its own wrapper. And when you open this box, you can smell the leather. Oh my goodness, you can smell the leather in it. So let's take out one. And there you have it. Wrapped nicely. And there is that shoe. It's a beautiful shoe. This stitching is authentic. Inside, there's no name, there's no sizes, because this shoe was made, handcrafted for me. Beautiful stitching, beautiful color. The stitching around here is just incredible. It's just authentic. Look at that. Look at that shoe, would you? And then the sole and the heel. We're not talking plastic. We're talking leather, people. We're talking leather. And then, so I'm just going to spin it around where you can see it. Beautifully done. Beautifully crafted. Love it. And then on the inside of the box, at the very bottom, I looked, and there is your sole inserts. Cut and crafted for the shoe. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but this hits my hot button. I can live with that. Price point wise, under $300 for that shoe. Beautiful shoe. There you are. So, I will provide the link for you for the shoe, and I'm ready. Thank you all so much for clicking and playing on this video. Have a great day.